Good morning all and happy Monday. So we're going to be running through nearly 10 minutes of stretches today, but I'll try and keep it pretty short. We're going to start off with our hands, arms and moving down the upper body into our seated position. So we'll start off with our hands like this, shoulders up, back and down. And I just want you to push through your wrists downwards. And release. And upside down. So again, make sure your shoulders are sitting downwards, but you're going to push the wrists and the arms up. And release. So now clasp your hands inside out in front of your body. What I want you to do is tuck your chin in and roll your back forwards. And then on the inhale, you'll come up, and exhale, you'll push out again. And we'll do that about 4 times. So inhale and exhale. And just in your own rhythm for this one. Awesome, and whenever you're done, you'll have your hands in the same position, but above your head this time. And when you're going to exhale, you're going to push up and out. So an inhale just while you're here, and exhale, push and roll that back out the other direction. So push your shoulder blades together. And release. And we're going to bring our hands behind our backs and the same thing. So inhale while you're in resting position, and on exhale, I just want you to peel your arms away from your body and be pushing your chest out. So inhale and exhale, pushing away. And back to neutral. And relax. All right, so for this one, I think we've done it a few times now, but basically I want you to have your hands behind your back clasped like this so you can pull on one arm. I will be pulling on my left arm down, which means I need to look away and to the right. So we'll be holding that position for 12 seconds. So pulling on the left arm downwards and looking down to the right. And release, swap whatever arm you were holding onto and look in the other direction. And release. All right, we're going to go into a tricep stretch now. So one hand on the flat nape of your neck and pulling your elbow in with the other. And release to the other side. Now we're going to go back to the first side, but we're also going to turn our upper bodies. And back to neutral, and then release to the other side. and back to neutral, and then release. So a little bit of shoulder work. So I just want you to do 3 shoulder rolls forward and 3 shoulder rolls backwards. Trying to get full range of motion, but keep your head and neck quite still. Slow it down if you need to. So now we've done 3, I want us to do shoulder raises. So 1 up, 1 down, keeping your head and neck very still. I want you to focus on making sure that your shoulder blades are together, your back's all in line when you're doing it. Probably 5 raises on each side would be enough for this one. All right, moving into the chair stretches for us. So what I want you to do is pop your outside ankle on top of the other knee. If not, just stretch out your other leg and place it as far down the leg as you possibly can. But otherwise, you should have your left leg at a 90-degree angle and your right foot should be able to sit up on your left leg. If that's enough of a stretch, that's great. If you need a little bit more, push down on that knee. So keeping in that same leg position, what I want you to do now is pull your shoulder blades together and hinge at the hip forwards, rather than just rolling through. And release, and then just cross your legs fully, so knee all the way over the top. And I want you to twist your upper body around, so opposite arm over that leg. And release, and leg down, and we'll swap sides. And so remember, shoulder blades together and hinging at the hip for this one. Not a great example, I'm not wildly flexible, but that's okay. And release backwards, knee all the way over into cross-legged position and twist the upper body around. And release. Leg back down to flat on the ground. And that's it from me. I hope I've warmed you up a little bit on your Monday. Have a great week and I'll see you next week.
Okay, so now that we have stretched our bodies, we're going to give a bit of attention to our mind and check in with how our body is feeling in the present moment with a really simple breathing exercise. So I want you to get comfortable in your chair. Try and sit up nice and straight with your feet flat on the ground. Resting your hands where they feel comfortable. So either on your stomach or the tops of your thighs. And as per usual, we're going to start by just taking some nice deep breaths into our stomach. So as you do this, you should feel your stomach rising and falling. This is a good sign that you're taking nice deep breaths. Once you're feeling comfortable, I'll get you to close your eyes as well and to continue focusing on that breath and the sound of my voice. Now I want you to take your breaths deeper by breathing in for a count of 5, holding for a count of 5, and then breathing out for a count of 5. So this is a nice way of getting some rhythm into your breathing and ensuring that you're taking nice deep breaths in and out. So we're breathing in for 5, holding for 5, and breathing out for 5. Now, counting your breaths is a simple way to keep that rhythm up, but it's also a nice way for you to focus on the present moment. So you might feel that your mind starts to wander, to think ahead to something you need to do later or something that's been bothering you from yesterday. We're going to let all that go right now and just focus on counting to 5 and breathing nice and deeply. So if your mind wanders, it's okay, but just return it to the counting once you notice that it is wandering. Now, as you continue to take those deep breaths, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. I want you to take a moment now to think of one thing that you're grateful for. So it might be a thing, might be a person or a place. Don't stress about it too much, just whichever thing comes to mind first. I want you to take a moment to think about that thing or person that you're grateful for, and to just feel gratitude, to feel happiness, and to feel grateful that you have that thing or person in your life. Sometimes when we're feeling down or overwhelmed, just taking a second to think about something that we are grateful for, that brings us pleasure or joy, can be a nice way to ground ourselves. Now, to wrap up today's session, I want you to start to bring your attention back to the room, wiggling your toes, opening your eyes. Hopefully you're feeling grateful, focused and relaxed, and hopefully you're still feeling nice after that stretch from Rach. Don't forget to follow We Latrobe and Make Your Move on Facebook to keep posted on our Mindful Monday activities. Thanks for joining us this week, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future.